So within EFT, um, otherwise known as tapping, there's the idea that we tap on what some people call the negative. I like to call the truth. It's emotions that are maybe not pleasant that are coming up. Um, and we tap on those to acknowledge them and then to release them. And a lot of people have trouble with this because it's like, I don't want to focus on the negative. I want to focus on the positive. I don't want to give a voice to these negative thoughts, these negative beliefs, these negative patterns. And, I don't want to pay attention to them. And if I give them a voice and focus on them, then, that's giving it power. And then that's what will portray for myself in my life. And the idea is that these feelings, they're here. Like, regardless if we tap on them, if we speak on them, they're here subconsciously, consciously. And when we give them a voice and we acknowledge them, we can release them, and the energy that they're holding in our bodies can be released. And it can happen within, one session of tapping or multiple sessions. You can never really know. But the idea is that when we pay attention and give a voice to the truth, I like to call it the truth because it's really true how we're feeling, whether or not it's a positive or negative emotion, it's true. So when we give these emotions a voice and we acknowledge them, we can then release them. And that brings me to my next point, how there are sometimes people that are suffering. For example, let's say somebody just lost somebody, their parent or their sibling or their friend, somebody passed away. And right away, we'll tend to say, they're in a better place, or it's for the best, and you're going to be okay. And I've noticed I've done this. And the reason why I do it is because it's uncomfortable for me to see this person suffering. So when I'm trying to comfort them and console them, it's coming from a place of helping myself. I'm not necessarily trying to help them because it's making me uncomfortable that they're hurting. So I'm just like, yeah, don't worry. And more often than not, they just need validation. Like, whatever they're feeling right now just needs validation. They just need to be heard. So when someone loses someone, yeah, I know it sucks and it's really hard. And when you give that a voice, when you acknowledge that, in the other person, there's so much relief that comes from that. And bringing it back to tapping, that's sort of the same idea, where there's these negative emotions that just want to be heard. They don't want to we're not giving them power. We're not getting stuck in them. They just want a voice. They just want to come out and transcend and release and move on. It's stuck energy. And so I want to just really share this point. Next time somebody around you is really not feeling good, I don't know, if they're having a bad day, they just got into a fight with their partner, or somebody just yelled at them, or they just woke up grumpy, whatever it is, acknowledge that's how they're feeling, and say, I'm really that. I hear you, and I totally completely understand that you're feeling really bad right now, and that's a real shame, and it sucks. How can we now make you feel better, right? But right away, this idea of toxic positivity, of just no, everything's okay and we're all good, and yeah, whatever, inside I'm eating away and I'm really not feeling good. I feel disgusting inside and I'm really struggling, but let's put on a smile and pretend everything's okay. That's so toxic. It's so toxic. all our emotions, what we perceive as bad, what we perceive as good, they all need a voice. They all need to come out. Otherwise, they get stuck in the body, and they'll come out in other ways, in back pain, in arthritis, in, in so many other ways. So all of our emotions need to be heard. They need to be validated, and then they can transcend and you can move forward. Lots of love.